Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to properly set up an electric drum kit to work correctly with the Invasion. So I'll just talk you through my setup. Obviously this might not be the exact same as yours, but it shouldn't really matter as long as the core ingredients are the same. So I've got my electric drum kit, which is a Roland TD12. From the kit's brain, I've got a MIDI cable going out from that and into a Focusrite Sapphire 6 USB interface, which goes into my laptop, which has Logic open, with Contact open, and with the Invasion open. So as long as you've got an electric drum kit going to your computer via MIDI or USB, you'll be good to go. So the first thing I recommend that you do is go into Contact and go to this eye here and change the MIDI channel to read Omni. This is because the chances are your drum kit isn't actually outputting MIDI on the MIDI channel 1, which Contact reads by default. I know that the TD12 actually outputs on channel 10. I can go in and change it in the settings, but it's quicker to just put it to Omni because then it will read it. So now we've got that set up, we simply go into the mappings page. From here, I actually clear the map. We don't want anything selected, as chances are none of the MIDI notes that your pieces of the kit are actually outputting are the correct notes. So now what we do is we just press this record button next to each articulation and hit the pieces of the kit that we want it to be assigned to. For me, I'm actually going to go auto double kick because I'm going to be doing double kick on my electric kit, so I want it to have that realism. So hit that. Now that that's flashing, it's waiting for our MIDI signal to be registered by the program. As there's two different notes that we can assign for each articulation, it's going to be registering 2 hits. So I want it to be on my kick drum and only my kick drum, so I'm actually going to hit it twice, and then that'll take up both articulations as you'll see in the program. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So as you saw there, it did register it twice, but because it's the same note, it only displays it once in the program, but that's fine for us. So now I'm going to go do snare. Now I don't know about you, but when I play my E kit, because it doesn't necessarily feel 100% like a real kit, I often end up hitting the rims and stuff. So I'm actually going to assign both the skin and the rim to snare hit. Now I'm going to go do the toms. Depending how you've got your kit set up, sometimes the rim and the skin actually output 2 different notes. So to make sure, I'm going to hit both the rim and the skin, just like I did with the snare drum. So that rack's only outputting 1 note, so it's assigned it to D2, and I'll just quickly check that it's done it correctly. That's looking good. So now I'll go floor tom 1 and floor tom 2. So that was worth doing because this floor tom I've got here is actually set up to output 2 different notes, but now we've done that, it's going to all do the same sound when it's hit. So now I just want to quickly check that those are all sounding good. Cool, that all seems to be working correctly. So let's go through and do the cymbals now. So again, depending on your kit, they might be outputting different amounts of notes. For me on the TD12, my 2 crashes here output 2 separate notes, one on the edge of the cymbal and one on the top. And then my ride cymbal can actually output 3 different notes. We've got the edge, we've got the top, and the bell. So obviously the Invasion has way more drums and cymbals than this kit does. So something I could do here, if I want more cymbals available to me, is actually assign 1 cymbal to the edge of my crash, and then a different cymbal, say like a bell or something, to the top. So if I'm just crashing on the side, then it would be just doing a normal crash sound. But if I want that effect, I could come up and hit the top and it would create the bell sound. So let's do that right now. So I want the main crash left hit to go on my edge. That's nice and registered. Let's go over to the other section and get the left bell to go on the top. So now we've got 2 cymbals put on 1. So for this, I'm going to do a china on the edge and let's say a stack for the top. So that's all done. Let's go and see if it's done it. Awesome. So I do want 2 crashes in my setup, so I'm going to actually set the edge of the ride cymbal to be my right crash, and then the top of the cymbal to be the ride hit, and the bell to be the ride bell. So we've got the main crash right hit Let's put that on the right edge. Nice. And then the ride. Cool. And then let's get the bell done. So now we're on to the hi-hat. There's a very specific way you need to do this. So you want to make sure all your hi-hat articulations are completely wiped. And then where it says hi-hat CC in the hi-hat section here, we're going to hit record and we're going to hit the edge of the hi-hat whilst it's open. So what we then want to do is come down and do learn CC. So I'm just going to push down the hi-hat now. And you can see that the hi-hat CC position is now being registered within it. And now it's going to be registering correctly. So that's it, guys. It's really that simple. Now you've got your electronic drum kit all set up to play with Invasion. Hope you have a lot of fun messing around with it. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you next time.